Hi loves, it's your girl Mila, and welcome back to Mila's TV where real-life stories meet emotions, lessons, and hope. Today's story is about pride, pain, and forgiveness, about two families divided by hate, and two hearts brave enough to mend what history broke. This is Broken Fence, Mended Hearts. Let's dive in. Chapter 1: The Fence That Divided Love. In Elmsville, peace once flowed between two families, the Thomases and the Adeyemis. They shared laughter, land, and friendship for years until one day, everything shattered. A heated argument over a small piece of farmland turned into betrayal. Accusations flew like arrows. "You stole from me, you're the liar." By nightfall, the once shared land became divided by a tall wooden fence. Each plank represented anger, each nail a wound pride refused to heal. Children on both sides grew up hearing stories soaked in bitterness. "Never cross that fence," said Mr. Thomas. "Never trust them," warned Mr. Adeyemi. Years passed, but the fence stood strong, separating not just homes, but hearts. Yet destiny was patient, and love was stubborn. Hate can last a lifetime, but destiny only needs a moment. Chapter 2: The Accidental Hello. It started with a football. Amara Adeyemi's ball bounced off the wall and rolled beneath the fence. "Great," she sighed, bending to retrieve it, only to see a boy's hand grab it from the other side. Liam Thomas stood there, smiling faintly. "You dropped this." "Thank you," she said, surprised. "You're not what I expected." He chuckled. "And what exactly were you expecting?" "A monster," she teased. "That's how my dad describes your family." He laughed softly. "Funny, mine says the same about yours." Their laughter echoed, the first between their homes in 10 years. A small moment, but it cracked a mighty silence. Sometimes peace begins with something as small as hello. Chapter 3: Whispers Through Wood. From that day, their meetings continued, quiet, secret, yet full of life. Every afternoon after school, Amara would water her flowers near the fence, and Liam would pretend to read. "Do you ever wonder why they still hate each other?" she asked. "All the time," he replied. "But I think it's easier to stay angry than to admit you were wrong." Amara smiled sadly. "Then maybe we'll be the brave ones." They shared jokes, dreams, and ideas for a world without fences. Liam promised to be an architect one day, to build bridges, not walls. Amara vowed to become a writer, to tell stories that healed people, not divided them. Every word exchanged through that fence planted a seed of hope. Even a wall cannot silence two hearts that understand each other. Chapter 4: The Discovery. One evening, as Amara passed a drawing through the gap, her father's voice thundered. "Amara! Who are you talking to?" She froze. Liam's shadow vanished. Mr. Adeyemi stormed over, his eyes blazing. "Is that Thomas boy speaking to you?" Amara trembled. "Papa, please." He cut her off. "After everything they've done to us? You will never talk to him again." That night, her tears wouldn't stop. On the other side of the fence, Liam sat under the mango tree, fists clenched, heartbreaking. He couldn't understand why love had to be a crime. The louder pride shouts, the quieter love whispers. Chapter 5: The Bridge at Dusk. Weeks passed in silence. But love doesn't die, it waits. One golden evening, Liam stood on the old bridge beyond the town's edge. Just as he was about to leave, Amara appeared, nervous but determined. "I thought you'd forgotten me," he said softly. She shook her head. "I tried, but my heart didn't listen." They sat together, legs dangling above the water, the wind whispering peace around them. "Maybe one day we can fix what they broke," Liam said. Amara smiled. "Then promise me, when the world turns its back, we'll still choose peace." He nodded. "Always." That night, love crossed where hate had ruled. Where pride builds walls, love builds bridges. Chapter 6: Rumors. But peace rarely lasts in a world addicted to gossip. A market woman saw them laughing at the bridge. By evening, whispers filled the air. Adeyemi's daughter and Thomas's boy, can you imagine? Both families exploded. You shamed us, cried Mr. Adeyemi. You disrespected me, roared Mr. Thomas. Amara cried. Papa, why can't you forgive? Her mother whispered, because forgiveness feels like defeat. That night, Amara stared at the stars through her window and whispered, love shouldn't be a sin. The world often hates what reminds it of its own wounds. Chapter 7 Letters in the Shadows. Banned from meeting, Liam began writing letters. Amara, don't lose hope. Maybe we can't change their minds, but we can change the story. He hid them under a loose plank in the fence. Each morning, Amara would find them and reply, Liam, one day, this fence will fall, and when it does, I'll be there. Their letters were full of courage, dreams of forgiveness, plans for peace. Until one night, Mr. Thomas found the letters hidden under his son's bed. He threw them into the fire, but before they burned, one line caught his eye. Maybe forgiveness begins with the children. The fire dimmed, but those words stayed glowing in his mind. Sometimes truth survives even when burned. Chapter 8 The Breaking Point. A few weeks later, a town meeting was called to end the feud. Instead, it reopened old wounds. Shouts echoed through the hall. Thieves, liars, traitors. Amara, sitting quietly, felt her chest tighten. The noise became too much. Her vision blurred, and she fainted. Liam rushed forward before anyone could move. He lifted her gently, shouting, "Get out of the way." The room fell silent. As he carried her outside, people stared not at enemies, but at love breaking through hate. When she woke, Liam was beside her. "You scared me," he whispered. She smiled weakly. Maybe I needed to show them that hate kills more than love ever could. When love protects, even hatred pauses to listen. Chapter 9 The Fence Falls. The next morning, something unexpected happened. Mr. Adeyemi visited Mr. Thomas's home. Both men stood silently, staring at the wooden fence between them. "I came to say thank you," Mr. Adeyemi said quietly. "Your son saved my daughter." Mr. Thomas nodded. "And I came to say sorry for letting pride steal our peace." The men shook hands. By sunset, the whole town watched as workers tore the fence down. Plank by plank, the wall of hate fell, replaced by air, sunlight, and forgiveness. Amara and Liam stood together, tears in their eyes. Their fathers, once enemies, now watched in silence, free at last. Forgiveness doesn't erase history, it builds a better future. Chapter 10 Mended Hearts. Months later, the land between the two houses bloomed with flowers. Together, the Thomases and Adeyemis planted a garden where the fence once stood, roses, lilies, and sunflowers. They named it Unity Garden. Children from both families played freely, laughter echoing where arguments once raged. Peace had finally found its home. One evening, under the mango tree, Liam turned to Amara. "We did it," he said softly. She smiled. "No, we believed." And as the sun set over Elmsville, the garden glowed like a promise that love could heal what hate once built. Peace is planted when love forgives faster than pride remembers. The Garden of Tomorrow. Years later, Unity Garden had become the pride of Elmsville, a symbol of peace. Every child knew the story of the fence that once stood there, and the two hearts that tore it down. Now grown, Liam and Amara stood together as husband and wife, holding hands beneath the old mango tree. Their daughter, Zoe, ran to them, laughing. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more emotional stories right here on Mila's TV.